Okay, so here's today's video. I am a sort of leopard lady with dark hair. So basically I'm just wearing all this leopard print stuff, but we're talking about the makeup. It is quite inspired, and if you want to get this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so the beginning process, the start of it all things come to an end and come from a beginning. But I feel like I just kind of did this, but then I realised that was for a Christmas tutorial, that it was too late past Christmas, so that's not coming out until the end of this year, so yeah, this is something new. So we're starting off by gluing down the eyebrows, going against the grain and then with the grain, and then as that's drying, you can tell because it's purple, wait till it is not purple, we're going to do some other stuff. So there's some colour correction and concealing, blending that in because we want to blur the lines. It's not the most orange thing, but hey. Highlighting under the eyes and the cheeks because I like a big bright cheek and I like a lot of contrast, so I'm using a very dark concealer for my forehead, my nose, jaw and chin it will be as well. This is the contour, this is what you want to recede and make you look like a feminine woman lady. So I'm also putting it on the chin because I want to make the corners of my chin look like they come in, like my chin rounds off sooner than it does. And then the nose, bringing the nose out. I've got a good nose already, but I like to have a ridiculous narrow nose because it's drag and we're not here to look like real people. Another layer of glue, just to be polite, and then some foundation because it just sits between the contour and the highlight, and we're being very strategic with where it goes because like you want to blend it, but then also put it over the more harsh kind of tones, but also not lose everything you've just placed. Here I'm putting some highlight above my upper lip because I just don't want that whole area to be dark. It might come across as like a beard or a masculine shadow or something, so I just make sure there's some white in the middle of my face as well, just really puff it all out. Treat concealer like it's filler, and like this is the bit you want to like puff out and, you know, blow up. Okay, there we go, the last layer of glue, and then I'm going over that with a warm powder, kind of to act like a colour corrector, and then I go over it with a colour correcting concealer as well, and then some foundation, and there you go, the brow bone is there, the eyebrow is gone. So the contouring, it's lots of back and forth with like highlighting the contour, and then I go and blend it with a beauty blender, and then go back in with a contour to clean up the edges, and then go back in with a brush to blend the edges. It's lots of like back and forth, but you gotta be a perfectionist because you want it to look good. I'm really obsessed with having a really bright highlighted eyebrow kind of between the eyes thing lately. I just really like what it does. I know a lot of people really like putting like highlights in between their eyebrows as well. This isn't highlights, but it's highlighting in a way, and then I'm masking out where the wing is going to go. So this isn't actually the wing or like the eyeliner stage, this is just a sketch for the shapes, so I know the proportions of this new eye that I'm giving myself. There's the new crease, it's high and it's quite long and it's wide. Compared to my actual eye, this is a wide eye. The eyebrows, I guess she just said she was going to go high today. I don't know why I did that, but they're just really high. But I work it and I can make it look good, so there you go, get into that. And then highlighting underneath it. If you highlight underneath the eyebrow, that really just sells the illusion that that's your eyebrow and that's where your brow bone is going to be. I also really into a bright under eye highlight. I just think it really like lifts the eyebrow, makes me look really present, and there's something to be said for the contrast there. Okay, I'm deciding to blend it off camera. Stunning, you didn't need to see that anyway. And then I'm lightly blending that kind of between brow highlight onto the eyebrows, but I'm being very like light-handed because I don't want to disturb the brows that I've drawn on either. And then I'm also putting some white concealer on this faux eyelid that I gave myself. I think a white base is good for putting eyeshadow on, so that's why I'm doing it. There she is, what a pretty face. Now we're setting the face with powder. I don't think I owned a white powder at this point, so it's just a translucent powder or a very pale powder. Everything you just did with the creams, you're doing it again with powder. So, contours, dark powder. Highlights, light powder. Midtones, midtone powder. And I like to go over the eyebrows a little bit because I am aware that I sketched them out in a black pencil. So putting a powder over them just kind of makes it less dramatic. But of course, we're gonna go back in. But it's all just there for suggestion. So then later on when I go into the details. Don't forget the neck. Also contouring the nose. I don't really need to do that. People criticise me for having a very dark brown nose, but I like it. Oh, this bit, the blush, okay. So it's a lot of different eyeshadows, but I'm really into this like 80s technique of bringing it up to the temples, but then I also don't want to ruin the white that I've got on my temples, and I also bring it down my cheeks because I also want to like make myself look alive, and then also put it in the forehead and the nose and the lips and the chin to kind of marry it all together, but not too much because I don't want to look like I've got a red face. So it's all like strategic and a lot, but minimal. And then there's some light powder kind of in the middle of my face to kind of re-puff that out again because I don't want to look too jowly. I really want my mouth to look like it's like puffier, like I'm swollen and just full of life and fat. Dusting off all of the excess powder except for that sits under the eyes because that is baking. Did you know we were baking today? Here's a yellow eyeshadow. This is a warm yellow eyeshadow to start with, and then we'll go over it with a cooler yellow eyeshadow, and it might be a little bit shimmery as well. Can't really tell on this video. But yellow, because that's nice. Here's like a warm orangey brown kind of thing that's going in the crease. We're starting off with the light colours and then it'll gradually get darker and darker. So this is all really about the yellow lid, so I'm doing like a very kind of natural kind of crease colour, being sure to blend it very carefully. I don't want to go all the way up to the eyebrow because I do like having that white under my eyebrows, but then it's a lot of like back and forth and blending, and I'm also aware that I am going to go highlighting under my eyebrows with this. Also putting something under the eyes because that's what we do. You can't miss out under the eyes, especially with my big baggy toad eyes. I just think it looks good. And a little bit of pink just to kind of warm it up a bit. Just a kiss of red, as they say. And now some black. I really enjoy doing this bit. This is kind of pulling the wing, what will be the wing, into the eyeshadow. So that black is kind of going to help blend in the black of the eyeliner. Pulling that out. Now I'm not going to redo the whole wing, so that is further than the wing I've got, but just a little bit of smudge and blend. And also black on the inside of the crease. Oh, it's so dramatic. It looks very bird-like. I get told I look like a bird a lot. And then a little bit of black on the under eyes. Not too much. I'm not crazy about having the darkest under eyes. So just a little bit on the outside, just to kind of suggest that shape and really pull the eyes out. You want to pull them like you're stretching them in every single direction and just making them big. Look at that, it looks like I don't even need eyeliner after this, and I'm going back in with the browns just to kind of blend it and marry the blacks to the browns, and then some hairspray on my eyes. This is just to make them nice and tacky, because then I get to stick glitter on them, and look at that, would you believe? Maybe you shouldn't use hairspray, but hey, who cares? Okay, now an eyeliner pen for the wings. It might look messy, and that's because it is, but we're going to sort it. A little flick on the bottom to look like a suggestive lower lash. Tricks of the trade. Dusting off the excess, and now I'm going into the eyebrows, starting off with a nice lovely little warm brown situation over this kind of shadow of its former black self, and now I'm going in with a pencil, just all sorts of different shades of brown, slowly getting darker and darker, but lighter towards the front because I want all the details and lights and this ombre going on. Because we are going to go in with, when it comes up, am I going to do it? There we go, the black. Just a full-on black felt tip right on the ends and the edges of the eyebrows to really make my hair just look black. And then I'm also drawing on a little bit of texture. That's all this is. This is just suggesting texture to the eyebrows. I thought they looked a bit too painted on and fake. And I just wanted them to look kind of hairy this day. So, there we go, hairy eyebrow. Look at that little smudge. What a terrible mistake. And here I'm doing my eyes off camera, but there you go, aren't they stunning? That little white line underneath has woke me right up. And I'm not talking about the eye makeup. A little clean up under the wing. I don't always do this, but when I do, I'm always grateful that I did. And look at these white lines next to these brown contours. Like, the contrast in colour. These are such different colours, and yet it just works on this face. It's all maths and science. A little white dot on the end of my nose to really sell the illusion that I've got a pointy, tiny, little upturned elf nose, and then some little black eyeliner underneath the white eyeliner, just to kind of really sell the illusion that that is my lower waterline, and it goes down that much. Look at me with a little feline eye. Lining the lips now with a red pencil. I usually go for a darker pencil, but my concept this time was like, let's just do full-on, just pure red. None of this brown liner red lipstick thing, which I still do now. Also, this is just a really good shot of me doing my lips. Like, I hardly ever get it this good. Don't get used to this. This is not going to happen every time. Also, look at those lips. I like my lips lately, but I'm still going to overdraw them. even though she has had 5 mil injected into them lately. Can you believe I've had my lips done 5 times and they still look this small? I'm livid. I think my body just absorbs filler because I'm getting old. Some putty highlighter to really make me look alive. That's a good thing I've got blush to kind of show some contrast. Sticking on the lashes, sticking on the beauty marks, sticking on the sticky hairspray. There you go. The face is done. Did you like that? Okay, what's happening now? There's still a couple minutes left. Oh, yeah, I forgot this happened. Okay, yeah, so here's me. Well, you know, say no more, but some people like it. I am a slave to the algorithm, and I will do what the people want. You can watch the full unedited version of this video. It is coming out soon, or maybe it's already out. Who really knows? Anyway, I'm putting on layers and layers and layers of artificial skin, and then sucking myself in, which just makes me look like I have the most pristine, amazing, stunning shape. Get a load of my back tattoo, isn't that fun? And now, some leopard print stuff, so that involves tights, bra, skirt, belt. That's it. I've also got a coat. I did have gloves, didn't like them, but these lacy gloves are cute. And now for the wig. I usually wear blonde when I do this look, but I thought, got this new wig, she's human. I bleached the ends, and I was doing the second round of bleaching on the ends, and then I fell asleep for 5 hours. So I'm surprised this wig hasn't fell apart. Anyway, there I am. Get into that. Isn't she gorgeous? God, she's stunning. What a woman. What a rich. I look like a cougar. And that's an animal. And also a type of cat. Bad kitty, good pussy. Meow. Anyway, I'm pretty, and that's all you need to know. I hope you will be pretty too if you follow this tutorial. I also don't really care, as long as you're watching it. Enjoy. And enjoy me. And here's me moving. This concludes the narration. Bye. Also, like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. I do a lot. And I have a lot. And I am a lot. And you can also be a lot. Yeah. I really hope this audio syncs up. Imagine if it doesn't. That'd be so annoying. Oh look, subscribe, and there's a little bell. Imagine if you're using your phone. Do people even have mouses anymore? Nice.